John DeCoste just brought a friend in on Show and Tell Day here on the show.
It's nice. I love Show and Tell Day.
Show and Tell's the best.
It's fun.
I always
Especially when they're your friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is this youngster?
Oh, my Lord. This is, and I'm going to use this, Larry. Steve said this before, but you are a Chicago comedy legend. That's a fact. But it is Larry Reeb, Uncle Lair, a tip from your Uncle Lair, Larry Reeb. So
How
welcome,
are you, buddy?
Welcome.
Thanks, John. Thanks, kids.
No, what do you call me?
Thanks, Johnny.
There we go.
I'm the only guy who calls him
He's
Johnny.
the only one who calls me Johnny. It's
You
good
know, the hazing is in the news, Steve.
I do know that. I've heard that, yeah.
John used to haze me
That's true.
on the road.
That's true.
Really?
We'd be in a condo.
Wait, hold on. They're in a condo. Get ready to ride the button, Mikey.
We're in a comedy condo, which, by the way, I don't know if you ever stayed in a comedy condo
of course,
or Jane. They're horrible.
I know about them.
A lot of times
First place
we
I
had
took Jane was
we
a
had
condo.
a clean.
Before.
Before we came in, we would have to clean the place, and then we'd have to wear those French maid outfits.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy.
Not that we had to, but we had them with us.
You got some
So you
pictures of
might as
that.
well- We were gender neutral way
Before it was
ahead of
cool.
time.
Before it was
yeah,
cool.
before it was cool.
That's us.
But
So what did John do to you?
I had a bedroom with a own bathroom.
Sure, of course.
He sneaked in there, took the head off the shower, put bullion cubes in there.
Made soup.
When I took a shower, it was chicken soup.
Oh, you had chicken
And
soup
now if I
shower.
see chicken soup on a menu, I start to cry.
Oh, that's hazing, Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny.
What a sweet, sweet story.
I think it's great. You haven't been sick since.
No, I haven't been
That's
sick,
pretty good.
Keeps you healthy.
except in my mind.
Larry, do you have any idea how many shows you've done at Zanies?
Oh, thousands,
Right?
probably. Yeah. Well, I've been there. I was there since 78.
Yeah.
You had to be one of the first guys, weren't you?
Yeah, one of the first. And then I worked there like 3 weeks a year.
Yeah, because in 77, was 77 when it was still a strip club?
It was still a strip club in
I
77.
worked there too.
Yeah.
Right. You were the announcer.
No, they hire me at the end to clear the crowd.
Oh, no, I thought you were wearing that French maid
I would-
outfit,
no,
and that's
I-
where it started.
Yeah, I would put that on and then take that off. And you know what, Steve? I would just be in my underpants.
Oh, there you go. And it'd be the end
I
of
was
the
listening earlier.
Yeah.
Got that right.
I was
That's a
That's
good
another
time.
underpants story.
I'm in my underpants right
So,
now. For the
don't you agree,
listeners.
though? Underpants is a funnier word.
That's a very funny word.
It's always a funny
Underpants.
word. No, come on. So 77, it's a strip club. 78, they flip it to a comedy club.
Yeah, Rick Hewitt turned it in 78?
Yeah,
78.
Well,
too.
no. Well, originally his cousin started it.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Skippy.
Yes.
Skippy.
Was there
Hewitt.
still glitter left behind?
Yeah, there's still glitter there
There
now.
was a lot of stuff left behind.
Yeah, there's glitter there now.
We
They
had
got
a clean air too.
Yeah.
They got a couch upstairs from 77 that if it could
Yeah.
talk, it would probably be
God.
released from captivity.
Yeah.
So 77, 78, it's a comedy club. Now in its 45th year? Can that be right? That is
right.
roughly about right.
Downtown,
Yeah,
yeah,
downtown,
45th.
45th.
That's
year.
amazing.
Yeah, but-
Rosemont's, I think, 11.
And I think, correct me because you were there, but I think that first night, you were on the show. Was Campanera on the show?
What show?
At Zanies downtown. The first show.
The first show
First show.
downtown?
Yeah, but Rick Colgan was there. Rick Colgan was in the
Was he
in the
writing a
audience.
story about it?
No, he was just
He
there.
just happened to be there.
He was a big
Yeah.
comedy fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Wow.
wasn't on the very first show.
Oh, okay. I thought
don't
you
think-
were. Okay,
not
I gave you-
downtown.
Well, for the sake of this argument, you were.
Yeah,
Okay, I was on the first show.
Yeah. And you got shows coming up. When are they? Let's plug them.
Rosemont, July.
Wait, are we
This
just-
Sunday.
This Sunday. And I've got it right.
Sunday, July 30th. We'll be in Rosemont.
You know, when you yelled out Rosemont, I thought we were just yelling out suburbs.
Fine. I was, Naperville.
You know, when I first met Larry,
Orland Park.
I thought this is such a I don't get this Chicago accent, but he's not
you
from
do
here.
now.
He's not from here. He's
No,
from
I'm not
Dwight,
from-
Illinois.
I'm from
you're
Dwight.
from
It's
Dwight.
Dwight, Illinois.
Yeah, I get it.
And,
But a little bit of Chicago may
Where
have
there's
rubbed
a
off.
women's prison and a mental institution, and my parents met. Here I am. Ta-da!
But this Sunday at Zanies in Rosemont,
Yes.
it is a 7:00 show. It's the Larry Reeb Show, and I'm telling you, you've got to come out. Larry has been so busy. He's on the road constantly. He doesn't get to work at Zanies that often. So this is a one-time thing.
Big deal.
And his opener, not that funny, but he's a nice guy.
He's a very nice guy.
Very nice guy.
Looks
And
good in a French maid.
Looks good in a French
costume.
Yeah, that would be me.
Oh, you're opening.
Yes,
Well,
it's just the two of us on that show.
That shouldn't force people not to come.
No.
No, they should still come.
Are you serving chicken broth?
Yeah.
Yes, it is chicken
We'll be
broth.
having chicken
It is
broth.
chicken broth.
It's bullion cube night at Zanies.
Cubes.
The worst
Bring 'em
baseball
bullion
promotion ever.
You know,
I like it.
It's funny. One time on the road, and it was the only time we didn't do a lot of practical jokes. Do you remember the kid in Columbus where he had a ceiling fan in his room and we dried pickles? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We dried 1,000 pickles and we put them on there. And when he turned on his light, the fan went.
And the pickles went
And the
off.
pickles
But
flew like little rubber things all over the.
the reason it was pickles, he didn't like the Andy Griffith Show.
Correct.
He liked the Brady Bunch.
Okay, so he had to be taught a lesson.
So
And a
then
hard
we
lesson.
decided, we set it up. It was going to be an old sitcom setup. And we're going to, hey, John, what was Buddy Sorrell's wife's name in Dick
And
Van Dyke?
it was
Pickles.
Flip the
Right
light
when he
on.
was going to turn on the light. But
Flip it on.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just ask you boys a question, if you don't mind, because I've known you both for a long
Yeah.
time. The payoff for the amount of time it put to put into that joke.
It was terrible.
It was a waste of time.
You're talking
But you
about you
laughed.
needed
We did, but
you must
know.
have had a crew of 30 just taping pickles to the fan.
Well, we're losers, Steve. Another time, we were with Dave's age. Remember, he drove all the way from Denver.
Yep.
And he was emceeing, and in the condo, they didn't have a bedroom for him. They had a bed.
Kansas City.
Yeah, they had a bed in the dining room area. So we're like,
That's all right.
wouldn't it
Isn't this
be?
a pretty picture
Yeah.
we're painting of comedians?
Yeah. Wouldn't
Yes.
it be funny? They had a patio. Remember, let's
Yeah.
move all this stuff
We
on
moved
the
all his furniture to the patio.
And there was even a plug-in, so we had the light and the night table and the bed. And he comes in. We moved all this stuff. He comes in. He's like, where am I staying? I go, wow, it's weird. Your bedroom's on the patio.
weird.
And he goes, oh, okay. Because he was so tired of driving. He just went there and
Just went
He
slept
didn't
went to
on a
sleep.
deck.
He had a place to sleep. That's
And
all that
we're
matters.
like, what did
Well,
we...
that was a lot of time wasted. No payoff there.
I'm telling you right now, kids, if you have an opportunity on any trip you're taking, take a lesson from your old Uncle Lair and little Johnny, too, to spend your time wisely while you're not working.
Yeah, go to a museum or something.
So, all right, more in a moment from these guys. Jane, you had a question for the great Larry Reeb, John DeCause?
Well, yeah, originally it was just for Uncle Lair. And then I'm like, well, wait a minute. All three of you can give us your answer to that. Very first time, starting with you, Uncle Lair, very first stand-up performance you ever did. You remember it, and how did it go?
Never forget. I was at the Comedy Room in Lyons, Illinois. I drove 90 miles from Dwight. I come in, and I said, I want to try it. And he goes, okay. It was Ted Holm.
It was okay.
He goes, okay, sit down, and then we'll get you up later. And so I'm sitting there. All of a sudden, it's like 1 a.m. They're closing the show. I go to Ted, what happened? You go, oh, you were the only new talent tonight. I forgot you. So people were going down. It was upstairs. They were going down the stairs.
So they're in the process of
parking lot.
leaving.
They're leaving. And there's only like 10 people anyway. He calls out to him. Hey, I forgot this guy. He drove 90 miles. Could you come back up and sit down? And they came back and sat in the front. And some of the comedians were there. They sat in the front. They brought me up, and I did 5 minutes.
It's hilarious. How'd you do?
How'd you do?
Murdered. Look at me. Look where I am now.
There's a weird thing that goes on, Jane, where a lot of guys will tell you this. The first time they go up and do stand-up, they kill. And they think this is easy. And then they eat it for like 2 years in a row before they finally figure out
That's a fact.
with their voices. My first?
Yeah.
High school.
High school at
Yeah.
a full club?
Definitely play the high school crowd or the kids that know you. That won't cause any problems at all.
Oh, boy.
It was the senior breakfast. And it was supposed to be sort of a speech, but I ended up taking the microphone off the podium and walking around like I was Richard Pryor.
And you were just making jokes.
I'm making jokes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you killed it.
Yeah, it was pretty good, actually. But, and making fun of teachers and stuff, you're going to get laughs from the kids.
Did they withhold your diploma for a few months?
I never got it.
Yeah, never got it.
Don't ever give him the microphone again.
John?
82 at the Comedy Cottage. I did up a Thursday 2 audition, but my first time actually doing stand-up was I was in college, so that same year, and we had a talent show for the whole school. My roommate and I did something together. He bailed as we walked on stage. Wow. He bailed, and I turned around, and he was not there. And I did 15 minutes, and I killed because I won.
So you had...
Oh, you won.
I won. I got the $50, and
wow,
which was in college. That was $6.1 million.
So you didn't buy your roommate a beer, though.
No, he was gone. Yeah. He went all the way home to Quincy or something like that.
Hey, Larry, yesterday on the golf course, Rodney Dangerfield's name came up, and there were some caddy kids around before, and I'm thinking, how old do you have to be to remember Rodney now? Because that number continues to go up. But you did a special with him back in the day.
Yeah, I got to hang out with him for a couple weeks. Yeah.
And what'd you think?
I loved him. I loved him when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I can tell you stories, but a lot of them aren't for the air.
Yeah, well, I can tell you one, too, but it involves also something where Rodney was just wearing a robe, and we've already gotten enough abuse this morning of me talking about underpants too much.
Did he have underpants on?
No, he didn't wear underpants.
No, the old guys.
Anybody who met Rodney really met him. He was always just in a robe, and you would see the whole Rodney.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It was a unique thing.
Ugh.
Who else was on that show?
Close it up. Put it away.
It was you, Rodney, and who else?
Tim Allen, Jeff Foxworthy, Thea Vidal, and Greg Travis.
Yeah, and
was John Fox on that?
Yeah, he got me on.
Okay,
he's the one who got me on there.
And that wasn't too long after Tim Allen got out of jail, was it?
A few years. Yeah. I worked with Tim Allen the night before he was going to jail.
The night before?
Oh, I didn't know this.
Friday and Saturday, and then Monday he was going to jail.
And he knew he was going in.
Well, he was a coke dealer.
Yeah.
And then
got busted at the airport or something. Didn't he?
And then, the trial went on for like a year. He had nothing to do, so he started doing comedy. And he started getting pretty good at it, and then he had to go to jail.
How long was he in? A year?
Couple of years.
I think it was 2 years.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 years. I worked with him right after he was
couple of years, yeah.
And that's where
Tim Allen was a coke dealer?
He was a coke dealer,
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And he did something about, he made it a federal crime because he wanted to stay in the federal prison?
He told me his lawyer said, lie and say you went across state lines, then it's federal, then you go to a federal prison, which is better than state prison in
Michigan.
Jackson, Michigan. You don't want to go.
Kalamazoo, I'm reading right here.
Yeah.
So,
and that's interesting enough, show business,
Kalamazoo.
small world. That's where Tim Allen met Fred Rogers. Fred Rogers was in prison.
Yes.
That's
right.
Great big TV stars such as they are. Will you plug Larry's show again?
Oh, yes. This Sunday at Zanies in Rosemont. Please come and see Uncle Larry Reeb, my favorite act. I am opening for him, so please come by and say hi for
my favorite act.
His favorite act.
I got to tell you something, Larry, and you know this, and you and I don't know each other that well. We've seen each other for years, but you always make me laugh, and you've been on Zany stages forever. And if there's people that have seen Larry in the past and go, I haven't seen him in a few years, come back. You have never not been funny.
Thank you.
And I think people need to come out.
I got new jokes.
I was going to say, he's always got new stuff. He's amazing.
New stuff.
The most prolific writer I've ever met.
I told you, keep the Spiro Agnew chunk, man. That's a solid set.
That was good. That was good.
No, you're always writing new stuff. You got a new chapter in your life. You're married again. You got a lot of stuff going on.
Not yet.
Oh.
But I got...
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, boy.
Not yet.
Oh, trouble at home.
I got no.
I
got a lovely girlfriend.
I just created it for you.
I got a lovely girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Tina's phenomenal.
With purple hair.
With purple hair.
She's got purple hair.
Are you sure it's not Jim Peterick?
Well, I pretend it is. When
Tina, we're kidding. It's comedy. How do we get tickets at Zanies?
You go to zaniesrosemont.com, or you can call the box office at 847-813-0484. That's for this Sunday night, 7 o'clock. Uncle Larry Reeb.
Special.
It's the best.
Special edition.
It's the best.
And let's end with the story you told me to ask about during the break. What town?
We were in Wichita, Kansas. It was a townhouse. There was another comic, I think, from Seattle at that time. So we went out and bought these little disc guns that you shoot.
Sure.
And we played hide and seek.
Cop
Cops and robbers, sorry. So we had one guy went in the townhouse and hid, and the others had to find him.
Two were the cops coming in.
So I was the robber. I went in.
These are grown men, by the way.
These are grown men.
Yes.
I went in, and I thought it would be hysterical. There was a little tiny linen closet. I pulled all the shelves out and got in, shut the door. They came around the corner, and he's like, I think the other guy said, maybe he's in the closet. Larry starts laughing. There's no way. But they saw the door just move as I laughed.
He can't fit in there.
And you were in there.
And then he starts laughing on the door.
Right, the
So
door
I
starts
opened
to
the door,
wobble.
The whole door.
and I shot him.
And needless to say, we did not tell our wives because you can't tell your wives.
I thought you did tell
I
you.
did tell my wife.
He
Yes,
told
I did.
his wife.
So you have a toy gun disc fight. a
And
bunch
she
of
got
grown men.
mad. I'm like,
What'd you
she's
do?
working for
Hello?
a living. You can't.
Yeah.
Jackie.
I'm just curious what happened to the shelves.
I took them. I put them back.
He grinded them up and put them in my shower
They're in the
head.
shower head. I put them in the shower head.
That's such a sweet story. This is what comedians do on the road, so please
Yes.
hire one sometime soon and go see Larry Sunday night at Zanies in Rosemont.